Welcome back everyone to Piney Plays the Beorning, and we are back here with Cornier, and let's see what he has to say
We
now.
have delayed too long already. I am ready to go.
Return to Halbrad in Lonnock, and we will decide how best to proceed south into Dunland. We will leave this place behind, and none too soon. If we had left earlier, we could have left with Candace and my fallen brothers, and not without them. Alright, so let us head back to Lonnook, and fortunately, I have a port there. And Enid White is where we are now. Now we're about to go into Dunland proper. And that is, let's see. Ah, there he is. Hello, Halberad.
Coronier is right. This delay has been costly.
If what you say is true, and Saruman does know of our errand, we travel from hardship to even greater peril. And yet, we must not despair or turn from our road, or our brethren will have fallen for naught. There are two paths we could take into Dunland, and I propose that we split into smaller groups and travel each of these paths. We will be less likely to be noticed as we cross into Dunland. Prestidir and Bragier will have scouted ahead and have scouted our options. Speak with them to hear the two roads that we might do to enter into Dunland. Now, the purpose of this was to split the player base in going into Dunland, so as to lessen the impact when everybody rushed into the servers with the release of the Isengard quest back. So therefore they gave two options, and they were hoping that would help to lessen the pressure on the servers.
The bone vales are dusty and barren, and its people are tough, like coffin nails.
The southeast passage into Dunland will take us through the Bone Vales, an inhospitable and barren land. The crags and valleys are dusty and barren, and its people are tough, like coffin nails. There are few souls in the Bone Vales, few eyes to watch our passage. Caution must be our watchword, stealth our constant companion. My group would welcome your presence. All right. And the other.
Trumdrang is a forested land, where shadows pool in the hollows between the hills.
The southwest passage into Dunland will take us through Trum Dreng. It is a forested land, where shadows pool into the shadows between the hills. As I scouted ahead, I saw emblems and totems of horned stags, but few people. They are likely to be on the edge of the conflicts in Dunland, though though it be by their choice or by necessity I do not discover. You are welcome to join with my people into Trimdrag, and we will learn the truth of it. Alright, so I have a choice between these two directions. Now, I have to admit I've decided to go with expediency on which one I do. I mean, I like the storyline a little bit better on Trimdrag, but whenever I go in that direction, I get lost. So therefore I'm going through the Bone Vales. Yes, I know it's possible to go to the Bone Vales and circle around and get to Trumdrag without going through that crazy forest, but I think that's a little bit off story on what I'm doing. So I'm going to go through the Bone Vales, even though I don't like that story as much. It is at least one where I'm unlikely to get lost, and you know, that's an important point when you get as lost as often as I do.
Which road do you wish to take into Dunland?
You have
Each will
heard
have its
what we know
dangers.
about each of the possible paths into Dunland. Each way would be dangerous, and we will not know what awaits us until we get there. Which road do you wish to take into Dunland? Each will have its dangers. Make your choice and tell Rhaegar and Prestidir which group you will follow. Brigadier will wish you to travel through Trumdrag, and Prestidir if you wish to enter through the Bone Vales. Alright. And we hit level 66.
I'm glad you have chosen to accompany my group into the Bone Vales.
And as you can see, just in time because this is our first level 66 quest. I am glad you have chosen to accompany our group into the Bone Vales. The road will be dangerous, and I could use your abilities. We will be mostly in the open and exposed unless we are very careful to stay in the shadows of the cliffs. We will not travel by the road. I will meet you up just west of the road as we enter Dunland. Let's be off at once. We can assess what awaits us once we cross into the Bone Vales. Alright. So therefore it is time. Now let me make sure that my... Okay. Small enough inventory that doesn't matter. So we are going to head down south. Now if you remember earlier, we had gone down to the Lich Bluffs, and so now we are going to go all the way down here. So I'm going to be pretty much following the roads, so therefore I'll cut off for now and join you back when we start to enter Dunland. And we are at the southern edge of the Lich Bluffs, and we are about to enter Dunland, and we've got some interesting towers up ahead, I see. The Old Way. And the Old Way has a Sage's Lockbutt. Is this a... Actually, this is still Supreme. Oh, well. No, we're not quite in Dunland yet, then, if it's still only Supreme. Yeah, we are still technically in the Lichos. Now we're in the Bone Vales. And we need to head up this way, but yeah, definitely, because we've got these whites here to worry about. These Dev whites. Dev. Not sure. Alright, let's see. Alright, here we go. A banded copper, that's what I'm looking for. My first of the next tier of... So I get some Dunlanding text. Alright, now let's head this way in order to find Prestideer. And you can see here we've got the dead all over the place, which isn't exactly nice company. Alright. Now, I'm not too sure those dead really want to tangle with me, but, you know, sometimes, I mean, you know, with the brains no longer being there, they can't think too much, I guess. Alright, let's head here, and here is Prestideer.
We have crossed over into the Bone Vales.
We are here, Pineclaw. We have crossed over into the Bone Vales. We need to know what the situation in this valley may be, and what threat could endanger this leg of our quest. Letham here tells a tale of mysterious happenings. You should hear him out and do as he says. We will need allies in this land. Once you have aided Bletham and his friends, we can meet up again in a hidden valley in the south. It will be the perfect location from which to scout the twisting ways of the Bone Vales. Travel ahead and meet me at the camp there. Alright. So first we need to help Bletham and his friends. And this is a very unusual part of the epic storyline where during the first few chapters it pretty much says this: you arrive to the next location, it says here, help the people here, and when you're satisfied go on to the next place. And some players, if they don't feel like doing the quest in the area, says, okay, I'm satisfied to go on, and some do all the quests in the area. I'll probably decide what to do based on based on leveling and stuff like that. Since right now I'm at level 66, I've got level 66 quests in the area. Obviously, I'll continue on doing them.
The Techluth have been destroyed. I pray to the Ukhwirad that we will not be next.
You are a Devoniot here. You do not belong here any lands more than I do. Among the vales and cairns of the Bone Vales, a clan has long dwelled. The clan, the Dievlig, cursed in the Westron, are oathbreakers and were driven into the Bone Vales as punishment. Recently, strange occurrences and evil rumblings have been heard from the cairns that have long laid dormant. Will you search for signs that might explain what is happening here? Journey west from here and see what you can find. When you have found the signs I seek, you should find my friend Charon and deliver the evidence to him. I last saw him heading west through the valley. So we need to find some disturbing piles of earth and examine some remains. And he said something about going west in order to do that. But it looks like we are going to be running into a few of these Dievlig whites in the process. Seeing that, I presume that Dievlig is probably based on a Welsh word. I haven't the slightest idea how to properly pronounce it. I mean, let's face it, I have no trouble with English sometimes, right? Alright, that's one. I definitely have a lot of trouble with Elvish. Dwarvish. And right now, trying to learn Old English, and believe me, pronouncing that stuff is a non-trivial task. And there we go. And let's see. And another one. Hello. Goodbye. Good. More disturbed earth. And we continue. Well, we'll continue on as soon as we get by these crazy whites. Yeah, home yourself. Alright. Good. Oops, more! Alright. Okay, good. And can we sneak by this one? No? What do you think I am? A burglar or something? No, I come in the alphabet before the burglars. So burglars used to be the first in the alphabet. As the classes think and Beornings took the spot, and they think they could be burglars because they took the spot in the first. No, they can't be burglars. They're about as subtle as rocks. Alright, and here are the remains. Okay. Remains. Body appears to have perished several centuries ago. Well, that's pretty old remains. Hello there. Are you Charon?
I have not seen your kind before.
Ah, it appears that we have another Devonian in our lands. In these troubled times, sadly, outsiders seem to be the people who are the most willing to give aid. If you must know, it appears as if the honored dead have been twisted and are now stirring from their cairns. Ooh, that's not good. Well, what do you think's going on?
It is not our custom to trust Devoniad.
Recently,
but perhaps you may be of help to me?
Recently, a large army was gathered within the Bone Vales, poised to attack the Algrey clans of Enidwaith. However, Uroth, a great Brinin among the clans, summoned the warriors south to Wolf's Cleft to ready an attack against the accursed Strawheads. Following the withdrawal from the forces, Thrahirn, Brennan of the Dielvig, began attacking all those who assist outsiders like yourself. My band was scattered throughout the valley. Will you seek out those who survived the attack and assist them if possible? Travel east and look along the rocks and hills for my companions. When you have found them, return to Blevin and let him know that we are safe. Alright. So now we go back. Yay! Alright. So it looks like we bought a two-way ticket for this trip. Hello. And it looks like one of the two people we need to help is up there. And I'll just turn into a bear and bash him. That's what we do. Oops. Hello. Rock climbing. Not my skill. Glunder.
You are welcome here, as long as you do not trouble us.
Karan sent you to find me? I do not understand what has happened. Will you please let any of my companions you've come across that I escaped to Delving's attack unscathed? Thank you, Devoniad. Alright, so... And now next this way. It looks like, well, I'll be fighting him no matter what. New way around that one. Well, and I can do it quickly. Alright, good. Next. Hey, can I do this quickly enough? Yeah, got him quickly enough. And managed to interrupt. Apparently, he had started an induction just before I saw the word interrupted come up. Alright. Good. Now, might have been able to evade him, but sometimes they're sneaky and turn back around. And we'll try the same thing on this end. But I do see a quest ring up ahead. So I'm going to assume that that is going to be Iluned. Iluned?
Sleep often escapes me, for the night shadows bring fear.
Karan sent you? Then we shall speak. We had a peaceful arrangement with the Dievlig at one time. We would bring them goods, and they would allow us to pass unimpeded northwards. Ever since the warriors marched to Wolf's Cleft, the Dievlig have come increasingly hostile to those who they saw as Devoniad, outsiders. They attacked our band, and we were taken unaware. Only a small number of us survived. Alright. And that means now getting back to Levin. Well, assuming I'm not attacked by a pair of whites. Hey, no fair double teaming. No fair double teaming. Do you see someone with me? Do you? No. Alright. Well then, I'll just have to take care of you both then. Okay, done. Now, where was I? Before I was so rudely interrupted. Oh yes! Trying to find our friend here. I am glad to hear that some of our band survived the Dielving's brutal attack. I swear that the treachery of the Dielving shall not go unpunished. Alright, we'll just take the armor here and see what it is later. Good. What quest does he have for us next? We'll find that out in the next episode of Piney Plays The Beorning.